We passed a responsible balanced budget back on June 30th. It had 401 spending lines. 274 of those lines were at or even above the amounts that Governor Wolf requested. Many of these were vital human services funding, things like domestic violence services, rape crisis centers, things that are critically important to some of the most vulnerable citizens of Pennsylvania. The governor vetoed the entire budget, including the lines that were funded at the amounts he agreed with. So what we're trying to do now is override the governor's veto of those line items so we can get that money that he agreed on and we agreed on out to the people who desperately need it. And then we can go and argue in some other day about the things we don't agree on. But there's no reason to be holding these vulnerable citizens hostage to the governor's insistence on his way or the highway on the budget. We're simply trying to force this issue to get that money out to the people who deserve it and need it and move on so that we don't end up wasting and putting these people in a dangerous position of not having the funding they need. In my lifetime, no Pennsylvania governor has ever done a blanket veto of the entire budget. They've always vetoed the parts they didn't agree with and accepted the parts they agreed with. Governor Wolf vetoed the entire budget, wiping out even the critical funding lines for funding that he agreed with. What we're trying to do is simply undo the damage he did by what's an inexplicable, reckless political stunt on his part to go ahead and veto the entire budget when he could have reduced the amount of damage, settled for agreeing on the things he agreed with, and then leaving the rest to be debated later.